What's going on? Been a while since I've actually done a video. So, where have I been? What have I been doing? Why am I getting attacked by a fly? Today I am in the Thornhurst tract of the Pinchot State Forest, and there's for some reason a huge amount of like house flies out here. Saw them a couple weeks ago when I was out too, and it's weird that you see them out in the woods. But I'm not far from the camp I usually go to, that Keller Swamp. I said I'd try something new today, and I really just want to get out the camp. I didn't backpack in, not a long hike. There's an old trail, you can see right here by the backpack, you can kind of make it out right there, that winds its way out, and I don't know, maybe 300 feet out that way is one of the forest roads, and I'm parked right out there. The sun was shining the right way to shimmering off the Jeep. I'm really not far in at all, and I kind of found this site, I don't know, maybe a month ago when I was out here. Last time I was out at the Keller Swamp Trail, or at the Keller Swamp campsite, and I saw this, and it's really cool. This looks like at one time this was heavily used, this campsite. There's a pretty decent fire ring, there's an old beer can in there, and this has not been used in a while, quite a while actually. But it's in this old red pine grove here, most likely a planted grove, a red pine plantation, because right down on the other side of this little swamp area, right in here, and you can't really see it, but there is water down in here. But right on the other side of this, the Pinchot Trail system cuts through, back here, maybe a quarter mile, and it goes through another red pine plantation. And actually the access road that comes back up to the forest road, which I usually use to hike down to that campsite, is called the Red Pine Plantation Trail. So it would make sense that this is just another planned grove of red pines, but they're everywhere. Very, very cool. This trail is worn in, but it's overgrown. So I just caught it out of the corner of my eye last time I was walking down the road, just kind of checking out some stuff, looking for other campsites and other little things. And I came back here and saw this, and I thought, I'm gonna give that a try someday. So I got here about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because I wanted to finish up that, which is, it's a prototype for something new for Hemlock Mountain Outdoors. So I'm giving that a test for tonight, and you can't really see, I guess you kind of can, but that's all made out of the same material, and it doesn't look very see-through from here, but when you're inside it's very see-through. It's kind of weird, it's like floating. But yeah, so I'm gonna camp out here tonight. Just gonna be an overnighter, and maybe we'll go out and walk around a little bit, and I'll talk about what I've been doing, why I really haven't been doing a lot of videos this summer, and it's just going to be one of those kind of videos. It's kind of an update out in the wild, I guess. So I'm going to go to the Jeep and grab my food because I'm hungry. Nice thing about camping like this is I can take my pack, my food, everything, and just throw it right in the car. It's like car camping, but it's free, and it's not an actual campsite. It is, it's not, it is. It's weird. Alright, so I'm going to get my food, I'm going to eat, and then I'll get back to you, and we'll walk around a little bit, and we'll take a look at a little bit of the Pinchot State Forest in this little section, and talk a little bit. So, I'm not going to show too much of the hammock, although it is very see-through. That's the body of the hammock, see-through. All right, but the suspension is kind of cool. So the buckle stays on the strap, and you just adjust the position on the strap that you want it. And then the hammock just has a loop, and you just put it around the buckle like a toggle. So there's no hardware on the hammock whatsoever. So this just pops right off. I got tension on it because there's stuff in the hammock, but so this would just slide right off. And then when you're setting it up, you just place this buckle wherever, and it stays. Really simple. So here's an idea. That's how close to the road. There goes somebody by. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit of this path here that leads up to camp, and maybe a little bit of the swamp. So as you can see, this was a pretty well used path at one time. It makes you wonder if this was like maybe a group of friends or a family or somebody who used to come back here and camp and they grew out of it or left the area, or like how does a campsite like this just get lost? And then just off the side here is that swamp. I'll show you a little bit of where that comes from. But yeah, so we come down. Alright, so there we go. That's a better shot of that little swampy area. And there's the car. So just a short walk in, and a really cool spot. I've heard some cars drive by. A couple people have, like maybe they've parked here in this little lot and walked up and down the road. There's another trail straight across from where I'm at. But it really doesn't look like anybody uses this path at all to get back to the camp. Take a quick walk down here. Now we're not far from this little area over here on the left, which is Hines Pond, which a lot of times is kind of more of a swamp. But earlier, let's see, it was this winter. So sometime this winter I came back here. It was at Peace and Quiet at the Pinchot video, and this was all flooded. It was right up to the edge of the road. We had a lot of rain last year, and there was a lot of water. It's been a more normal year for rain in the past few months, which is good. So a lot of this is starting to dry up, which is much needed. Got some frogs and some birds. All right, I got a car coming. Once they pass, I'll talk a little bit about what I've been up to lately. Alright, so my camp is right over there. And over here at the Hines Pond, I found another campsite. It doesn't look like there's anybody back here, so we'll go back here and take a look at that. Thought about setting up camp here too. This is a lot closer to the road though. Not that there's a lot of traffic back here at night, but still. Yeah, this campsite gets a lot more use, it looks like. There's some firewood prepped here. This may have been used in the maybe last night. This ground is freshly disturbed. But yeah, you get this nice little view of the pond, which is nice. But as you can see, it's pretty much grown over at this time of year. Yeah, another nice little campsite. Could get a hammock in here, but it would probably be right on top of the fire. I might be able to get it between this tree and that tree if I had a shorter hammock. If I didn't have a fire. Oh, there's a spot right there. Oh yeah. Yeah, this would work. But like I said, you are 50 feet from the road. Well, maybe 100 feet from the road. So, like I said earlier, I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I've done some, look at gear videos and stuff like that. And I have been out. It's not that I've just been sitting around doing nothing. I've just been kind of taking a break from videos, recording, just kind of relaxing and enjoying getting out and doing this. I think sometimes it's easy to lose that when you're concerned about content. And that's a really, oh no, he's gone. Has a really cool looking like damselfly or dragonfly or something. I don't know what that was. But yeah, I think if you're really concerned about content all the time, you kind of forget why you're out here doing this. And I'm not saying that was the case. It wasn't like I was forgetting what I was doing, but yeah, the past few trips I've taken, I just really wanted to be more involved in it, like mentally, I guess. So just not recording. I did some, there's a couple trips out here to that Color Swamp site, which is out that way, about a half mile or so, which is a really, really nice spot. And the first trip I took out there, I started to record. These flies won't leave me alone. The first trip I took out there, I started to record, and then I just stopped. I was like, I really just want to be here and enjoy it. And then the second trip I took out there, I did some video for Hemlock Mountain Outdoors. There's some product video and product photo and stuff like that, and just tested some gear and just spent the day doing nothing. I got here early and just stayed in camp, walked around a little bit, found the site I'm at now. I've been on a couple of little camping trips. Again, nothing major. These, like the Keller Swamp trips, I've been there, done videos on that. And when I'm not really doing anything, I'm not there, didn't have fires, I wasn't doing wood collection or even trying to work on survival skills or anything like that. It was just decompression time. So not a whole lot to film on trips like that. And I've been busy with my day job and been busy with Hemlock Mountain Outdoors, which is a good thing. Getting consistent orders now for Hemlock Mountain Outdoors, which makes me very happy. Working on some new products, some new and kind of different things. Check out this bee. Must be on camera. Okay. I don't know if he came out. Yeah, working on a couple new things for that. So when I'm not working at my day job, which is like a second shift job, I'm working for myself. I just really haven't had time. I've done a couple of those product videos, and I would do them right when I got home from work, and I'd be half brain dead from that, from working all day, and then try to do a product video, which in the case of the Climate Kush video worked out well, because that was a funny video. But so here we are now. So this road that I'm on, this is called Sand Springs Road. This is the Red Pine Plantation Trail, and this goes straight back. This looks a lot like the Choke Creek Nature Trail right from this spot. And it's just this old access road, so it goes down through here, and where it disappears there, it crosses over a little creek. This is a little creek I fell in last year when I was coming back out. And once you cross that, you're maybe only, I don't know, a few hundred feet from the Pinchot Trail system, and that's the Butler Run, I think they call that, or the Keller Swamp Trail. The Keller Swamp Trail. Butler Run picks up on the other side. So that campsite's just right out there. And yeah, I'm Subway today. So there's been days where I've parked maybe, I don't know, 2 miles up the road, up that way, up where this road is like a big lollipop, and it goes back up, turns into Phelps Road. And then Phelps Road and Tannery Road meet up there. That's usually where I park, and then I'll walk down here if I really just want to get out and walk. Or if I'm feeling particularly lazy, I'll park right here, and I will just hike back into camp. It's like a tour of what I do when I'm just in the mood to get out and camp. So yeah, getting ready to do another trip, like a proper trip back to the old loggers path. That's coming up in September, and it'll be we're gonna do the whole loop again. It's gonna be myself and Dragon, like the first trip, or actually the second trip. I'm not sure if Forest and Streams is coming. I know he's got other plans in September. I'm not sure he's gonna make it, but there's some other people that are planning on coming. Panda, because Panda was sick last time, so she couldn't make it. And then maybe backpacking with Jason. Trying to see if Adam Z is going to come out. So it might be a really cool trip. Hike Life. I think he's trying to get out up here for that. So we're all going to come up, but we're going to play guide for backpacking with Jason, since he's been gracious enough to do that for us twice down in Kentucky. We're going to show him that old loggers path. And it'll be nice because we already kind of know it and we can kind of really enjoy it. I think I'll record for that. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just enjoy that too. I don't know. But there'll be video coverage of that regardless, because there's going to be a bunch of people there. So I'm gonna do a big loop of the road, because I got time. We still got lots of daylight. The sun is still way up there. It's about 5 o'clock. Probably got another 3 hours for sunsets. And I got nothing to do. So we'll just enjoy it. So this road will go down, and I'll pick you up when we get down there to the intersection. It tees off. It goes back up to the main through road of this tract, section of the tract, the Tannery Road. But then also it comes back down in loops all the way around, goes down by Choke Creek Falls, comes back up, and comes right back down here. So it's a nice little walk with my raspberry iced tea. That's how you do it right there. Right there, there's this bird. It's just walking down the road in front of me. I'll catch up to him a little bit. He doesn't really fly away. He might fly 20, 30 feet in front of me and he'll stop, but he's just walking down the road. Oh, there he goes. He'll just fly the other way. Oh, this fly is right in my face. Fly the other way, buddy. Looks like a finch of some kind. We're coming up to an intersection, man. You're gonna have to make a choice. There you go on the left. Alright, see you later. Alright, so now we are down to Phelps Road. And this is, like I said, this is just the same road. Phelps Road and Sand Springs Road are the same. We're going to go that way. And it just loops back around and comes out right here. Changes names about halfway around. There's our little bird friend. You can make out the gate right there. So just got down to the corner of Phelps Road. And I never noticed this gate, because I'm not usually going to head in that direction where I can see it. But this trail looks pretty decent. I'm sure it's probably used for snowmobiles, and this probably goes out the backside of the forest. But I know that Sand Springs Creek runs past here, and you can kind of see it from the road. I couldn't really get a good shot of it, but you could see it from the road, and it's pretty good size. I don't know if this takes you down to it, but this may go back to another campsite. So, scouting missions are always fun. And as long as it stays like this, I'll be okay. I did spray down. Oh, hey, look at this all. Hey, buddy. I did spray down with some bug spray. But I left my zip-off pant legs back at camp because I wasn't expecting to be off on a trail. Those have permethrin on them. So if it gets real scruffy, I'll probably turn around, just simply because I don't need to get any ticks. The bugs are bad. Even with bug spray on, they're pretty bad. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for any more newts. Don't want to step on any of them. And I'm going to keep my eyes open for a possible campsite, which would be pretty cool. There's one back here. Because this is another little spot that, I mean, you can tell people walk back here, but I don't know about anything else. This isn't on the main Pinchot trail loop. And there's actually no sneakies. No sneakies. It's actually pretty far away from the Pinchot trail loop as far as backpacking trails go. You don't generally veer too far off them if you're doing 30 miles, trying to do it in a couple days. So this would take you a few minutes down off the trail to get to this. But we'll see. Liking it so far. I hear water. We're here. Alright, I'm going to check my map. So you can kind of see down there. That is Sand Springs Run. I think this is as close as we get to it. That's a better look right here. So I think. I may have been on this once before. A few years ago when the Forest and Streams and I were looking for Choke Creek Falls the first time. And I think this was still the Lackawanna State Forest back then before it became Pinchot. There's a little spot back there looked very familiar. Kind of opened up like it does here. And you kind of see water off to the left. I remember it was snowy. We walked down to there and realized we were in the wrong spot. We turned around and went back. Didn't come down this far. But I don't think this goes all the way down to the water. Or I think this does. It goes a little bit further. And then comes out on the main road, and that is weird. Yeah, those are floodlights. Ooh. I don't know if that came out. Flew right across here. And it was big. I couldn't tell if it was a hawk or it might have been an owl. Ooh. I don't know if that came out. It's about time for them to start moving around. I kind of remember that. You know what? I kind of remember a tree with lights on it. This was obviously maybe it was a workstation or something. Maybe they're doing forestry back here. Or there's big birds up there. Kind of remember lights on a tree. So maybe I have been back here before. But I think this goes out to the main road. I think down here it's called Bear Creek Road or Clifton. It's not Clifton Beach Road. It turns into Clifton Beach Road. I know down on that road there's a spot where the forest comes out. And there's a little pull off. Maybe this is it. I got time. We'll go check it out. Maybe I'll see whatever that big bird was. Flew back here somewhere. That's a big old gnarly pine right there. Okay, so I don't know, maybe 2 minutes past that opening back there where the light was on the tree. Here's another gate. Another fly. So we're close to something. Maybe the road. I do hear cars down here every once in a while. Oh, this fly keeps on buzzing right in my ear. Oh, look at this. Mossy. Alright. Yeah, I hear cars down here. So no campsites on that little trail that I could see. Now I'm just curious to see if this comes out where I think it does. Oh, hold on. What's that? Well, that might go down to the creek. But it looks awfully scruffy past that. Now, this almost looks like a state game lands parking lot here. I don't see, usually they've got like a kiosk somewhere. I'll say hunt safely. I'm pretty sure I know where I am right now. Oh, I got that little fly. I got him. He bit me, but I got him. Do I have a mark right here? Because I was filming that little waterfall before. And those flies bit me right on the forehead. Oh yeah, so this is exactly where I thought we were going to come out. Alright, well. That's a piece of the puzzle to connect it. Wow, look at this tree here. Man, these flies are crazy. Yeah. What is that? Private property. And caution tape in that one little spot. Wonder why. Almost looks like there's a structure there. Maybe there's an old outhouse or something. There's a pit toilet. And there's still just a pit. I'm not gonna go find out. So that is Sand Spring Creek down there. And this is the very edge of the Pinchot State Forest. Oh. Yay. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna walk down here to the bridge, take a look at the creek. Looks so peaceful, doesn't it? The birds in the background, and then BAM! Highway. A lot of duckweed growing in that water. A lot of duckweed. You can see it kind of keeps going out there. But you know you're in Pennsylvania when you just see potholes everywhere. Pothole, Pennsylvania. So then this over here is a driveway. It goes back to somebody's house. So these lucky people live right on the border of this huge tract of the Pinchot State Forest. So very nice film. And a very common sight along Pennsylvania roads. And something that they're starting to do, which is actually very nice, very cool, that a lot of areas in Pennsylvania are going through, they're clearing out sides of the roads, trying to get rid of all the invasive species and just letting all the native wildflowers and everything grow. And sometimes this looks like weeds, right? But that's naturally what grows here. So I know when I was down Gettysburg a few years ago, the whole complex at Gettysburg, like over by the museum and all that, was just all natural wildflowers and stuff like that. It was really cool. Very cool to see. Alright, I've been lucky to not have a car go whizzing by me here for a couple minutes. So I'm gonna head back up here, go back up, and then continue my loop around Phelps and Sand Spring Road. It's July 27th. That's an awfully fall looking leaf, isn't it? Not the first one I've seen either. So back up to Phelps Road. So it took me about 10 minutes to get from that main road and that bridge back up to here. So really not that far. So I came down from that direction, heading up this way. So I think I was down there once before. Just didn't remember. I thought it was up here. You'll see, I'll show you the gate of that, and it looks very similar, as gates tend to in a state forest. Alright, so this is the other gate I was talking about. Obviously the road is more open, and this takes you down to Choke Creek Falls, which I'm not going to go down to. I've been there a few times. Some people will say they are the nicest falls in Pennsylvania. They are very nice, but I think there's other nicer falls around. They're nice. There's just always a lot of like garbage down there. A lot of people party and just leave beer bottles and beer cans and sofas and stuff down there. So, nice. So this is where Phelps Road turns into Sand Springs Road back here, where the cars are. That's where the gate is for Choke Creek Falls. Didn't really film that because not everybody wants their car filmed while they're out trying to hike and have a good time. Yeah. So on my way back up, this will head us up a little ways. We'll go up a hill, we'll cross where the Pinchot Trail system comes across the Butler Run section. Maybe I'll take a peek down the trail, take a look at that campsite that's down there. I'm not planning on moving, but go see if it looks like it's been used at all. Maybe. We'll see. It's not far down the trail. Still got plenty of daylight. You might be thinking, Kurt, didn't you have a Subway cup before? Haven't seen a lot of garbage cans around. What'd you do with it? I didn't throw it into the woods. I actually broke it down and stuck it in my pocket. Right there. So I got it with me. I'll just toss it in the Jeep and throw it out when I get home. Don't like leaving stuff laying around. I wasn't carrying a water bottle. Although, I kind of wish I brought my water with me because I didn't think I'd be out this long. Getting a little thirsty, but I'll be alright. Finally starting to hear crickets. I have not heard crickets all year. It was very weird. Nowhere that I've been have I heard crickets. It's very, very weird. Starting to hear cicadas. Cicadas. Saw a couple cicadas. they, whatever brood they're on. I think they're more out in the western part of the state this year than they are here, but I've seen a couple. And katydids. So maybe we'll hear some katydids tonight. Here's an old access road. I'm sure at some point tonight we'll hear some owls. I hope. Up this end, probably hear them. We're not far from that lake, so or the pond, so I'm sure we'll hear them. And of course the flies. We'll hear more flies. And maybe some coyotes. I like hearing coyotes. Well, obviously back at camp, and I walked over to the Hines Pond here for a little bit to listen to the frogs and just kind of check it out while everything was getting ready to wind down for the night, and it got real buggy. I was getting attacked by the insects over there. So I came back to camp, and it's still pretty light, about 8 o'clock or so, but too buggy to be sitting out there. So I'm in my very see-through hammock. It's kind of deceiving because it's orange, but this is like your typical bug net area up here, and then like you can see behind me, right? You can see how see-through this is, and then the whole body of the hammock is, the whole hammock's made of the same material. That's pretty cool. And there's a crow. Okay, so I'm gonna hang out in the hammock for a little bit and probably fall asleep and decide what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Haven't decided yet. Don't know. Maybe do a little hike. Maybe, I don't know. It depends what the weather's gonna do. It's supposed to rain later in the day, so I guess we'll see if the weather stays late in the afternoon or if it gets bumped up. We'll find out. So maybe some owls or something cool will happen. I'll bring the camera back out for a little bit, but if not, I'm going to have a good night in the hammock, and I'll talk to you later.